Hello, Ashley. How you doing? Okay, I've got your ad right here. I read through your writing, and thank you very much. That's really a very complete and thorough description of your methodology, your process, and the thoughts behind um, your conceptual approach to the project. So I really appreciate that. It's very important. Again, I just want to reiterate how important it is for designers to be able to communicate their intent verbally. As well as written. So that's fantastic. I think in any studio setting, you'll be asked basically for the rest of your career to define and describe your intent behind the design work that you are engaged in. So thank you very much. Keep that up. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the ad. I think it's a good ad. I do. I'm just going to reduce the size of this a little bit to fit in my window. And there we go. That looks perfect right there. So I think it's a good ad. I mean, we have everything we need, right? I think that basically you're showing good proficiency in the layer mask, placement of the images, the background image itself, the adjustment of the images, showing good tonal and color distribution throughout the images themselves. And then the compositional layout is good. All of the elements required are in place. And you're showing a good proficiency in setting type using Illustrator. So fantastic. That leaves us with composition. And I do have just a couple of recommendations I think that are going to make a lot of sense. What I want to do, though, is I want to just kind of zoom in right down here. Okay, so you've got your image credit right on the image itself, and you don't have to do that. I mean, you don't want that in there for your portfolio. Definitely not. Right now, I think the reason I was looking is that I was like, that just kind of seems to be interfering with the composition. So you definitely don't want to include your image citations in the actual work itself. If it's a you can add a layer. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with you just adding your citations in the comments area when you submit. That's perfectly fine. So let's get rid of that. And when we do that, it's going to open up a space right here. And we want to accommodate for that. So what we're going to do there is we're going to take this and move it down so that the bottom of that information is in alignment with the bottom of the rocks, okay? So basically, you're just going to take that whole composition right there and move it down a little bit so it's in alignment with the rocks. And right now, we're looking at a composition that I'm feeling a little bit of imbalance in the composition. And the reason being is because we're pushed this way because we've got the footprints, which immediately draw attention. So we're immediately pulled to this side of the composition. That, in conjunction with the visual weights of the weight of the rocks, kind of pulls it over a little bit, kind of pulls it out of balance. And I think we can counter that effect very easily by simply left alignment. So just a little bit of alignment on the left side. I mean, I think it's pretty good right there. That's good alignment right there because your body copy left margin is in alignment with the beginning of the logo. That's smart. I think that's a good decision right there. I would recommend that we take this. First of all, I'll get in alignment in a second. But I'm gonna suggest that we just reduce the size of that a little bit. Right now, I think there's a little bit too much visual weight on those rocks. We reduce the size a little bit. Now what we can do is we can just preserve this little margin right here, bring our address down, and left align it with the left margin of the body copy and the A from the logo. Keep that margin going, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to align 50% off and free room service. And then we'll left align all that. And then left align this, leave your words behind. And then so we got a nice left alignment going right there. I'm really going to preserve a nice, beautiful margin on the left side of the composition. And it's going to shift some of the weight to the left, which is going to redistribute the visual weight of the composition into a more of a balanced flow. So that is my only recommendation. Other than that, I think you've done a really good job. So, all right. Any questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, or anything else, please let me know. I'll be glad to provide those if needed. All right. Great job. Thank you very much.